Hey guys, welcome to Cowcast, where we cast on Wednesdays. I'm your host Coffeecow, and today we have with us
Ragecow.
Alright, so Otaku Cow could not be here for some obscure reason. I'm sure it's a good enough reason to miss this amazing podcast of ours.
Probably fell asleep.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. What can you do?
Yeah. Wake him up, I guess.
It's just gonna be me and Rage here. We're gonna talk to you about stuff, because talking is our thing. That's why we're running a podcast.
That's probably why we do it. Yeah. Ooh.
There's this weird
Buzziness sound. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was the iron.
Alright.
Sorry.
It sounded like this laser scanner from a flying robot you may or may not have in your room.
I don't have that.
You know when they like laser scan. Have you ever seen those robots? They like laser scan. It makes that sound.
I would love one of them. You know that, like, futuristic
dude,
technology.
no worries. 20 years time, you'll have one of those. Trust me. So will I. It'll be like you buy a house, that'll come with it. That sound. And you could get those really quiet versions because, like, I don't know, laptops or desktops, you can get quiet ones, and other ones have, you know, loud fan noise. So it'll be the same with these robots.
Why would I want a quiet one? I want something loud. That'd be so funny.
Well, so when you're sleeping, you just get this kind of drilling sound. I mean, that would not give me good dreams.
That'd be so creepy.
Just like
so creepy.
Dude, imagine you're sleeping in the future, right? And this robot just randomly just decides to come into your room, and he's looking at you, and like you wake up, and what's that other sound? That's an iron, right? You said it earlier.
Yeah, that is an iron. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, this is way too suspicious. I'm beginning to think you actually have flying robots in your house.
Robots?
This one, like,
no,
sucky sound, this other sound, this whirring, buzzing type thing. I don't know, it just seems too suspicious.
I don't have a workshop in my house. No, I don't have one. Ugh. What are you thinking, man?
But yeah, and like the robot is staring at you, and something's up. Like, I don't know, a microchip in his system just like explodes or something, and he just turns evil. I think there was like a film that was based around that, where there's like robots and they help you. Yeah, that's what it was. It's like and then they turn all evil. It's a possibility, but only if we go to such an extent as to make a household robot for everyone. And still then, I doubt.
That'll happen.
Yeah, but not for everyone. I mean, I'm talking about the kind where you go to your like local electronics shop and you get like a section based on these robots. That's the kind of popularity I'm talking about. Just because they made one prototype in like China that costs like 3 billion doesn't mean it's already like a possible thing. It's a possible thing when everyone can have one and at a readily available at a pretty low cost. That's when it's possible. It's like saying you know, like internet. It used to be this thing, or phone communication for that matter. It used to be this thing where it was just a super rare thing. Like you were pretty well off if you had a phone and you could communicate, right? And now I see like 10-year-olds with freaking iPhone 5s. That's not how the world works today. The world
I hate that so much.
Well, I mean, I guess it's the parents' decision, but I mean, I don't see what use a 10-year-old would have with an iPhone 5.
Games.
It could. I mean, at 10, you'd probably have one of those fake phones.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Yeah, those are cool.
All those like one, like, number phones that you can just call your parents.
Yeah, not to diss our childhood completely, but those plastic phones we talked to, like when we were little. I mean, if you think about that from this teenage perspective now, it's pretty depressing. Like, we actually pretended to talk into phones that we thought, well, we didn't think they were real. We knew they were fake, but we still tried to achieve. What I'd do is I'd like shout into the phone, and like, you know, my friend or brother would be like 10 feet away from me, so he'd still hear me. It'd be just like behind a wall, so he'd actually respond by shouting as well. and that would be like our phone communication, which I mean, without the phone, is just shouting to each other from a wall. So,
That is weird.
well, it's weird.
I never did that.
That's a freaking child's game. Like you do that when you're little. You try and make up
I never
like
did
games
that.
to play.
I never did
What did
that.
you do instead with your fake
childhood?
plastic phone?
Huh? I
What did
broke
you
it.
do instead? You broke it.
I broke it. Not my fault. I also, well, I guess when I was little, I was playing video games quite a lot.
Yeah, same.
Like the Sega, I played that quite a lot.
See, consoles, where I live, they weren't very popular, to be honest. It was mostly PC. I remember the first game I played was Spider-Man, and
Nice.
it was on this on this desktop, the one of those desktops that are like 70s Soviet space program computers or something.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
that kind of thing. It had like this
Oh,
huge
God.
white monitor, and like the glass was like convex, like in the old TV screens.
Yes.
That was that kind of computer, and I remember raging so much at Spider-Man. I actually started crying at one point, and
Oh my God.
yeah, I ended up having to be comforted by my parents because I cried because I couldn't beat the Green Goblin in that one level. I can't remember what. Yeah, and then the next day I asked my friend, because apparently he had the same game. He said, "Oh yeah, you just have to pick up the what is it called? You know those metal things that pull water through from the
What?
water system of a city. They're called fire hydrants. That's what they're called.
I'd never heard of them.
A fire hydrant. You know that
No.
you usually see dogs urinating on it, like in the cartoons.
Oh, that red thing.
Yeah, that red
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. You ended up having to pick up that fire hydrant and throw it or something, or like use the water
What?
system. And it's like, how could I have worked that out? As like a 8-year-old. Sorry, 8-year-old. I bathed. An 8-year-old. I
Lovely.
couldn't have managed to do that at such a young age. So I still found that quite confusing. I guess it was for older people. But
Well, actually, think about it. Well, it was probably a 3+.
yeah, it was most probably a 3+. I'm not gonna lie. But still, an 8-year-old, you do not. Still, the friend I asked, he was a pretty smart guy. So I guess maybe he had managed to figure out after not crying after like the first 15 times he tried it.
Or
I
he
don't know.
spent 2 days trying to find it out.
Yeah, and then like his social life goes, and when you lose your social life as a little kid, that's not cool. You need to be out there playing in a sand pit with the. Actually, the sand pits still weren't that good. I mean, not to criticize, but like there'd always be like
Stuff.
yeah,
stuff.
like pea patches, and like dogs would and cats would also defecate.
Oh.
And they would and because they treated it as like a litter tray, they'd actually bury the poo like under some sand.
Lovely.
So yeah, if you jumped in that, the next morning you were like, Geronimo, you ended up with poo down your leg. So never happened.
Lovely. That's
Never
a-
happened to me, luckily. But I
I
had
never-
fellow comrades who died in that desert, peed on, excreted on cat thing. Basically a giant
I'm
litter
sorry.
tray. Also, you'd find a lot of these, the plastic soldiers. You'd find those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'd,
I
because
love them.
in the sand pit that you could like make fortresses and stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, so
love
you'd always
that.
find like a couple. So you'd get these search parties that would scrounge, and this is us at like 8 years old, okay, and they'd be scrounging for these toy soldiers to find from
Toy
the sand
soldiers.
pit. Yeah,
That was one of my first games actually. Toy soldiers. Like those green people. And
what is that?
what was-
Like a video game or in real life?
yeah, a video game. Like
I think
well,
I heard
think
of that.
I don't know if it was called Toy Soldiers, but they were definitely green.
Were they like? Was it like a strategy game?
No. It was
Alright.
like well, I guess not really call it a strategy game. No, it was a FPS.
Yeah. All right.
But like you controlled this soldier or helicopter or whatever,
He was in
and
the
it was absolutely
Marines.
amazing.
Was his name
You
Miller
are
or Ramirez by any chance? Either one of
no.
those. That is the most. Miller is probably the most common name for an American Marine.
Well, yeah,
You always get that.
probably.
Miller, pick up that rifle. Miller, do this. Miller, do that. It's actually a meme for Ramirez, because I think Ramirez was in COD 4, right? Was it COD 4? Where they'd always
I
tell
can't remember.
Ramirez to do everything. There's like
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
As like, these memes are like, Ramirez, make me a sandwich. Things like that. Yeah, it's funny.
I remember. Yeah. I think one of the achievements was to save Ramirez.
Yeah.
On the burning stairs. Yeah. I remember that one definitely.
Oh
It was
jeez.
like,
COD
how
4.
can I still remember that? Like, COD 4 was quite a good game actually.
Mm.
Like,
I agree.
that's when I taught well, a few people how to play FPSs,
Yeah.
and they became better than me.
You know what? I actually
Wow.
enjoy World at War a lot. I find it's really cool because it's like it's World War Two themed, and I'm
I
like
love World War
that.
II.
Yeah, I love World War Two. Like it's obviously not its causes, but it's the like that a conflict of such scale is gonna bring in like a lot of technology, a lot of new weapons, a lot of mass production of weapons. You could you could compare if you're really that sad. You could and I am. You could compare these. How many weapons by that force were made, and how many by the other. I actually watched this interesting documentary on the History Channel. It was about the Japanese Imperial Army during the Second World War, and it turned out like that. Those was it Type 100 or Type 99? That was the submachine gun. I can't remember.
Type 100.
Yeah, yeah.
Type 90. Type 99 was that heavy
Arasaka.
machine
Was
gun.
that? No, that wasn't Arasaka. Wow, all that knowledge just went down the drain. I forgot it, okay, but I do remember this one fact that there was only 10,000 of those produced in the whole in the whole length of the Second World War, and then they compared it to the staple submachine gun of the U.S., which was a Thompson. And there was like 2 million of those. There was like 2 million of Thompsons compared to 10,000 of these Type 100s, which were kind of clumsy in the marshlands and stuff, and like also the Philippines and stuff. They had a lot of kind of forest, wet, kind of humid areas. If I imagine.
Yeah,
yeah.
there is. Don't worry.
Yeah. So. But yeah,
10,000.
it's funny.
I mean, I think US they just have like the people to do it.
Yeah.
They don't, like Japan, their soldiers are quite highly trained, in my opinion. Like
Yeah. Oh no,
in the
yeah,
World
that's
War
definitely
II.
true.
Because I think because of their defensive like places. What would you call them? Defensive forts or whatever.
Front
Defensive
lines.
lines. Yeah. Because it was all hill parts around those islands, and
Yeah. It was just
basically
naturally not a
barren.
very good place strategically speaking.
Yeah, for an attacker.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I heard somewhere that like 1,000 soldiers on one of the islands, and it took the US about 3-4 days
Yeah.
to actually clear that island, and it was and
Yeah.
only 1,000 Japanese soldiers actually perished when 10k, I think it was 10k
Yeah.
soldiers died there. I was like, wow.
I
So
think
much death.
yeah, I think it was really like if I was to pick one big reason why the Japanese were so prevalent. Is that a word, prevalent? In
I have no idea.
yeah, I'll say it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'll say it. What the hell? I'll make up a word. Yeah, well, that was so prevalent at like losing all this gained land, was because of this attitude that they had, that was down to really just either superstition or honor. You had to honor
Yeah.
the emperor, and so they'd have these ceremonial tools which were really no use. Like they had these like you had to have most soldiers had to have these bayonets, right? Which were completely
Yeah, all
useless.
soldiers had to have a bayonet.
Yeah, that was completely useless. No use in a bayonet when when you're getting freaking shot at, unless you're in World War One and you have these trenches, which I mean that I guess that would be more effective, but yeah, and plus like these 6 foot rifles weren't exactly up to the size of the average soldier, right? This is also what this documentary covers. The average Japanese soldier was like 5'4", 5'3" even. So
definitely.
yeah, and then that final blow is this suicide concept. You have to kill yourself.
Yeah,
that
I think
just
that was bad.
otherwise you're a coward. Otherwise, you have to kill yourself to honor. I think the emperor would have much more use if you just like ran, and then were able to be redeployed. That would definitely strengthen the forces at least. But I mean, the nuclear bomb. There's not much to combat that. However, I don't think the nuclear bombs that were dropped. I think if Japan would have kept to that kept to logic, then they might have actually continued. Which I mean, it wouldn't have been
Beneficial.
better for us at all. I'm just saying, like from a strategic point of view, as a Japanese officer or high ranking military official, I would definitely disregard all kinds of things to do with having to honor and having to die as a result of it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was like a really stupid part of the Japanese. Like they had to do that.
Yeah.
No offense to the Japanese out there, but,
No, it's
honor and value is still what I believe in.
well, Japanese Empire was militarism. It was not the government that was in Japan at the time. It was basically an angry military that were like, well, we have no oil, so we're gonna start invading. There's that kind of psyche.
Yeah.
But still,
It's kind of like what we're doing now.
yeah. But what we're doing right now, I don't think it's gonna be stopped anytime soon.
No, definitely not. I don't think
Unless
the powers of the world.
Yeah, unless there's some crazy occurrence, which
Hopefully there is. No, not. I'm kidding at all. Like, I hope there is. Like, I want to stop all this. It's ridiculous.
Thing is, bro, like if I was to I wouldn't even try, because right now there's just no use in it. Like, you could talk about it, right? You could talk about that kind of system, but you will definitely not gain much out of it except for sharing information. And I guess it's you can't really talk about it to people who aren't willing to listen either, because if they're going to be stubborn about it, and if they're just going to if they're going to just turn a blind eye or turn a deaf ear, whatever that quote is, fuck, I can't even remember, then it's really not going to take any effect. So I mean, I agree with you, but I definitely think that what the current situation we're in is kind of like this very dark benefit that we get. It's really not lasting long. I mean, it's not what the people would want. Definitely, if everyone was asked a question like such as, do you want to take innocent lives to I don't know, you get to shoot one person to take 1 barrel of oil,
Okay.
I don't think anyone would do that. Oh yeah, cool, I'll take I could keep that oil, let's then I could distill it with my buddy George, and then we could run our cars with it. No, I don't think anyone would do that. because
Yeah,
it's
I
this
do.
huge filter like of like these thousands upon thousands of like stages that get that like get it get that
It's
kind
all
of
just
petrol to the
flipping.
to the shell station, or I don't know, fuel that power what do they call fuel that generator, whatever, power generator, to light our homes or whatever, heat our
Yeah.
homes. It's a very layered kind of. It's like onions. Onions have layers, donkey. And so yeah, I definitely think it would have to be really stripped down of those layers, and it would have to be shown as this one core, this one kind of evil demon thing, this evil fiend. I just learned fiend today. The
Yeah.
definition of the word, obviously. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, like for the people to actually realize what the hell's going on, and
I think
yeah,
it's because the government disguise it. I believe, like they disguise it. Like
dude,
they
there's
say
no
they're
no
getting into
doubt.
war.
There's no doubt that they do disguise it. There's no question about that. But what you really need to ask yourself is it gonna make a difference if us two right now talking about it? Is that gonna make a difference in the long run? We could, like, a few people could probably hear about that, and they may think about
Probably,
it. They
yeah.
may ponder about it, but I'm pretty sure most people have this small voice inside their head that's telling them that like that's telling them, why aren't you asking any questions right now? Why are you dormant, so to say?
Yeah.
Why are you just
Yeah.
getting on with your life and not really pondering for at least like a second? Why is not at least a second, at least like 10 seconds, as to a question as to why everything is how it is, and
Yeah.
that's the kind of
Confusing.
thing that the people would need to ask themselves if they'd really want to re-examine how everything works. Because I know a lot of people that wouldn't even stop to think about that. They don't have the time to think about that.
Yeah.
They've got like uh, they've got stuff to do. And it's like it's
Yeah.
and so you ask yourself, is the fact that they'll know this, is this gonna be necessary? Because I mean, they won't do anything about it. They've got a mortgage to pay off. They've got a car to fuel. They have like kids to feed, maybe. Like, is there are they in a position to actually effectively do something to counter this question that you've brought up, to answer this, to take into account, sorry, this statement that you've brought up? So I doubt they'll take any action. So in the end, that renders it just as a piece of knowledge. That renders it as like a page in a history book that you'll just read. You'll be like, okay, cool, now I know about that. That's like stored in a compartment in your brain, but you can't exactly re-examine that thought because your social status, as well as your as well as your responsibilities, won't allow you for that. There's no
Yeah.
way that
Yeah.
that will be possible. But yeah, I definitely agree with what you say. But yeah, I do think at the end of the day, it's down to how everything's set up right now. It's just too hard to dismantle.
Yeah. I guess one person can't change it by themselves, but I believe that if we get like one individual, say per country, and then they'll spread that, and then they'll just keep spreading, then
Yeah,
we would effectively be able to change it. Don't you think?
we would, but there's a lot of people on this planet, bro. There's like,
Yeah.
what is it, like 8 billion, 7.5 billion, something like those lines. Like,
Around that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of those people are just workers.
Scared.
No, well, not scared. I'm not gonna say scared because um to be scared has a very that's a very vague perception of how most of society runs. I think they're just working. That's what they're doing. They're working, and work doesn't allow for thinking. It allows for working. Only thing.
Well,
Only
the
thing
only
it
thing
allows.
I say they're scared because think about it, you're going against the government, aren't you? This is like
Yeah,
a high power,
the
and
thing
by
is,
yourself you can't do anything.
but you could choose to be against the government, right? But
Yeah.
but would you say that those people are instantly against the government? Because I'd go as far as to say that people could be trying to help the government. You know, if you have an ill patient that goes to the doctor, is the doctor gonna like tranquilize the patient? Be like, okay, we're gonna have to put him down. He's not in a good state. He's gonna try and help that patient, and I definitely think that that's the way we should go on about it. Like, you know, it's very confined. You know, a doctor and a patient. But the thing is, if you try and help this government, you help it by removing its bad points. You know, so so say
Such
this
corruption.
ill patient has a cancer, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
help that patient not by killing the patient, but just killing the bad parts, the cancers, the
Cancerous
tumors,
cells.
yeah, the cancerous
Yeah.
cells that are rapidly growing. That's what you're gonna have to do. And so, in that same respect, you'd have to help the system by removing its bad points and its flaws. Um,
Yeah.
which
Definitely.
then again, you wouldn't be able to resolve the issue perfectly. You know, a cancer can
Yeah,
always
that's-
return. There's no 100% chance of anything, but there's definite chance that things are going to improve somehow, and that improvement is definitely, you know, improvement means better. It doesn't mean for worse. So I definitely think that that's a way that that most of society, I'll say most of society because all is a very, you know, I don't think all of society will change
Care.
this. Yeah, it will care. But when all of society begins to consider, you know, why is everything as it is right now, you know, it's only then when we could begin to start fixing, when we could begin to try curing this ill patient, and hopefully at the end of it, it's going to be better. But yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
That's just going deep.
Dude, I really want that yogurt. I'm out of yogurt. Fuck.
You're out of yogurt. I'm out
Yeah,
of water.
I have strawberry yogurt. But yeah, I ate it all. God damn it. I'm screwed.
I'm out of water in my
How
house.
am I gonna do the
Aw.
podcast? I'm out of yogurt. He's out of water.
I'm out of water.
This
How
is
am I gonna do this?
this is like a Bear Grylls style documentary. It's been
Where in
10
the world
minutes.
is this?
We're out of food and water.
How can
Yeah.
you survive?
It's the end.
See, this is what I feel
Wait,
like society
wait.
is right now.
Yeah, I agree. Wait, we're cows. Don't we have like 7 digestive compartments?
Wouldn't that make it harder for us to, like, store food?
No,
Since we just have to keep chewing. The cud.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. Well, I mean, chewing's part of the digestive process, so I wouldn't really call on that.
Yeah, but you're not digesting any of the food unless it's all like chewed up, because you're using up more energy than you are gaining. Think about it.
That
It's
makes
true.
sense.
So
Still,
basically, cows are just getting
well,
bigger.
actually no, because by standing, cows can actually have this. They have this joint system where it like interlocks. I know this. I'm a cow. Okay. Where they lock their joints, their knee joints,
Yeah.
and so they could stand up without having to use their leg muscles. And so that allows
They-
them to not. So I think cows sleep standing up. I think that's. Or is that horses? I can't remember. Damn it! I have a cow. I'm a cow with amnesia. Okay, so just
What did you just say?
I'm the cow with amnesia because I can't remember if it's a horse that can do that or if I can do it. Jeez, I think it's much better to
You should
refer
try
to
it
the
out.
cow as the third person. What? Try
I
out.
think
Try
you
and
should
sleep
try it
standing up.
Yeah. I don't see why
You
not.
know, I think that should be for humans. You know how you have them public porta potties? They should have
Ugh,
sleeping. They
yeah.
should have sleeping facilities. Well, like literally in town. You want to go to sleep. You just like go into the sleeping facility. You just stand there, interlock your joints, and then you just sleep for an hour or two. You set an alarm. It's in your handbag or your bag or your pocket or something, and the alarm goes
Yeah.
off, ready to walk out. And that would make a lot of money as well if you made it paid. 1 hour for 2 hours sleeping.
1 hour for 2 hours sleeping.
£1.
Really?
I'm sorry. Or $1, whatever currency.
1 yen.
1 yen.
Not even what?
Yeah.
Like,
1
I
peso.
heard the currency. I heard the currency, like, yen is quite low.
Yeah. Well, still, it kind of evens it out. So like, if there was a really low currency compared, well, I mean, there's obviously like less of a value, and more of a value in another currency, more of that value in another
Yeah.
currency. But then, like the products cost more. Like I think that's what it boils down to, because when I go to Poland, it's kind of like £1 is 5 zlotys, I think 5.50 maybe, something along those lines.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
and so for 5 zlotys, like you could buy something, but you can't buy much, to be honest. Like it kind of evens itself out by the price of the product. But yeah, I don't know if that applies to all countries. I mean, plus currency changes. You know, it's not like it's going to stay the
guess.
same. So
Well, can't change it right now.
no, I think it's down to how much gold as opposed to actual like notes.
Yeah.
Because
I know.
I mean, I'm really not misinformed, uninformed on this, but I'm from like certain documentaries I've watched. They talk about how inflation's going on, and how the dollar is actually decreasing in its
Hold value.
value. Yeah, because
Yeah.
because of the constant printing of notes, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
if you applied that logic to all countries, then that would pretty much mean that currency actually changes in value. There's no doubt, right? I mean, so the more money you print, then the less, yeah, the less the certain
Value.
value is.
Dude, I'm on my dad's email right now, and you know the thing I ordered.
Yeah,
It said 5 working days, right?
yeah,
5 working days. I ordered it on the 26th, and it's the 30th. That's only 4, so that means it must come tomorrow.
yeah. It has to.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
has
it's
to.
just delayed or something. Well, it depends if you bought it from like Korea or something. That would make.
No,
a
I didn't buy it
difference.
from Korea. I bought it from Leeds.
Leeds, it's UK.
Yeah. It's
should bring
right
that.
close to. It's right close to where we live,
Yeah.
actually.
Maybe the person got lazy or something.
Probably. It doesn't take 5 days to get to Leeds. I walked it, probably. Ugh.
Yeah.
He should send it to me personally. Like, he should have walked it if it was 5 days.
Dude, I hate waiting for especially when it's something that's really significant to you. Like
Yeah.
you could order like, I don't know, damn it.
Box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So, you know,
Yeah.
just saying. I didn't actually get it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just say I bought
Like,
a
you
bunch
wanna-
of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I know, like your online shopping for groceries. Like,
Alright,
say that,
yeah.
like, you know, that's I guess that's a necessity, so you would need it to, for it to come swiftly. But like,
Yeah.
it's still as opposed to a product that you'd probably want like pretty swiftly, like something that you're looking forward to. That waiting time, it's just like draining, I find. But I don't know if it's just me.
I should have gone up to that shop. Yeah, should have gone up to the shop myself and got it. 'Cause I could have got it in a few hours,
Yeah.
not a few days.
Still.
Ugh.
Laziness. I think. Well, I'm not gonna call you lazy, man. It's not my point. But like, not being willing to give any physical input to anything. It just kind of. I think it just means more waiting time, to be honest.
Fair enough. But it said free post and packaging.
Yeah.
It said so.
Did you order it on Amazon or eBay?
eBay.
Yeah. Amazon, you can get Prime, so you could get it like next day delivery.
I'd rather not, you know.
Yeah, Amazon Prime is
I can
actually.
wait a few days.
It's got actually quite It's actually quite expensive, I heard. I don't know.
Well, let's check it out.
We're not dissing Amazon, by the way. I'd
Yeah,
love
it's a
to
good-
like
it's a good shop.
next day we get like a complaint from Amazon. They want to like close down our channel because this upcoming YouTube channel has dissed its services on Prime. I mean, I don't use it, but
I haven't used Amazon.
I use Amazon for most products, just because it's, I don't know, it feels like it isn't being like you know, made change slightly
Yeah.
certain things about the product, and it just feels a much more safer thing when I order it.
Okay. One sec. Okay. So, say, I'll look for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Say I look for Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Say,
Yeah.
dude, you might as well just reveal it. I mean, last podcast
Okay.
you talked about.
I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, fine. I'm looking at Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Right. A dual disc. Let's see how much that costs.
Dude, seriously?
I don't need that.
I mean, a dual disc. I'm not dissing any
Problem.
Yu-Gi-Oh hardcore fans, but I'm just saying.
It's so funny. Let's see. Ooh, 23.75, huh? Let's see, that Prime thing. Because that's really interested me. But, you know, I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Prime, where do you find this thing? This Prime thing?
Amazon.
Ages 8 and above. I'm old enough. I'm old enough. Yay. Let me see.
Oh, they're selling those Kindles. Damn. See those Kindles? They're cool. I really like that concept. But
Really? I didn't.
Kindle. What the hell, man? You got like a library of books in this one electronic device. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But this one electronic device. You know, I find
Yeah,
it's really
but-
cool.
I find it, well, I just don't like it. I don't like the format of it. But I like bookcases. Bookcases are cool. I have two.
So you got bookcases, but you don't have the Kindle.
No, I don't need the Kindle. I got bookcases. That's right.
Yeah.
I got old school. Cut the podcast at this time. How much time have we been recording?
I don't know. It's 8. I think we started at like 8. Been talking a while.
Yeah.
But you know what? I kind of like it. I'm
It's
still,
just like a normal chat.
yeah, it's like a normal chat. I think this is this is the change that happens. Now it's like it goes from this scheduled thing that's, you know, we constrict whatever we say. Now we just loudmouth it, whatever.
Don't care, yeah.
Don't care.
Oh.
We'll try and keep, like, you know, swearing and stuff to the minimum. We don't want. Jeez, I think we're gonna have to wrap up because this is gonna take quite a while to upload, and we still have to upload it today. If it uploads like a minute past 12, then it'll be a Thursday, and then we'd have to change it to cot, okay? That's not what we want to happen. So, yeah.
No way.
This is episode 7, was it? Episode 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7.
Zebra. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace, guys.
No.